tired. But I my dad and I hit some golf clubs today.
Oh, sick.
Yeah, he I was using like these old ass shitty used clubs for a long time, and I went golfing with my dad on Father's Day, and he's like looking at them. He's like, "You can't fucking use these." I'm like,
Was this a higher end club where you could get rentals?
no. So he was like looking at my clubs, and he was like, "Yeah, you can't use these anymore because they're terrible."
Yeah.
So he like went on eBay and like bought me a set of
Oh
used clubs.
boy.
Yeah, they're like 30-year-old clubs, but they were like nice clubs when they came out.
Oh,
So,
sure, sure.
so they were like
But you still need to have them like
I,
aligned.
yeah. So I swung them today for the first time, and they were they were really well. So I found like a putter online today because I needed a new putter also, and
Uh,
then we went and picked that up, and we re-gripped it and did all that stuff. So it's been like really active 3 days for me.
yeah, yeah. No, it's good. I definitely got a lot of sun too today.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I did I've never walked to Cal State University Long Beach
Oh,
from my house
that's a big stadium or school too.
campus. Yeah, yeah.
Mm.
So I walked. It only takes 4 miles, but I walked 6 miles to there, and then, or I guess it's more like 3.5 miles, and then I walked back home. So I did like a 7 mile walk today, which, oh, yeah, I don't know how I feel about late nights. Like I know Dimitri's a night owl and stuff, but ugh, it
Yeah.
wrecks me. Like I hate to say it.
Well, yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
definitely a morning person.
I can't go to.
So, but yeah, we're just opening up with a little. I wish we had like music to play over us. You know how they fake talk to each other, but instead we just really talk to each other about stuff. Yeah, man. I mean, every morning I'm spitting out so much blood from not. I'm trying to get your. I don't know how to get your screen because like you're kind of like below. Just really talk to each other about stuff. All right, whatever. I think that's. I'll try to do it and I'll watch. Can I? How's this? Okay, I can see your chin. All right. Just for some reason, the old version. Okay. All right. All right. Okay. Here we are. There it is. Hi, folks. It's Bad Batch Recap. Today we're going to talk about episode 10, Common Ground. With me today is Matt Morey, and I am here as well, Paul Lau. It was a big long weekend.
Yes.
Some of us call it Independence Day, others of us call it Hell for Your Pets.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to get those cats in because fireworks started at 5 p.m. in the afternoon, bright as balls,
Oh,
shooting.
really?
Yeah, yeah, in
Is
Long
it that
Beach.
late for you?
Oh, that late? No, no. I mean, we've been having it all day, but like when you hear just like pop, 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 like you're
Yeah.
in the war zone, as opposed to like I don't know, a couple like bottle rockets or something.
Yeah. How bad they get over there for you?
I mean, the thing about these cats is they're own. I mean, they're not really skittish once they're inside, but they're hard to find because they,
Mm-hmm.
behind the couch or underneath
Yeah.
some nook or something. But they fine because we have drag races where they spin out their tires, and I'm just like, is that like a fun thing to do? To just peel out and not like race?
You think there's like some tire salesman who goes, "Hey, let me see what you can do." Like tell all the kids to waste their tires so they can
Yes.
win.
I mean, I don't think you have to, but he's kind of like, yeah, that's right.
He's like,
Good.
"Yeah, more."
More.
The fireworks get pretty bad over there. Or?
I mean, the thing is, I can't see any of the fireworks from around the area. So what ends up happening is I'm just kind of like annoyed by the fireworks up in the air that I can't see because the clouds and the smoke. And then the street definitely had a couple like fireworks, but I hate to pull rank, but I'm from the Midwest. Like,
Well,
you really can't compete with like 90s and 80s fireworks. Not really, you
yeah,
know?
yeah. But we like my cousin was telling fireworks over there, so he was at my house and he was like, all these fireworks are like the rejects from like that area that are like cheap and crappy that
Yep,
they like send over here and sell
right.
because they're more. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, my house is like Disneyland with the fireworks. I got
Yeah.
people over here, people over here. I'm like pointing people over here,
Uh-huh.
all around, and I'm like looking up, and it's like I don't have to go anywhere for the outside, and it's just in the sky. It's crazy. I put a video up on my Facebook. I don't know if you
Yeah.
saw it.
I did.
It's
I did.
nuts.
It's a pretty good fountain. I mean, mortars are more impressive, but what we would do, and this is very stupid and I don't recommend this, is you put them in backwards so they don't shoot up in the sky, they shoot down into the pipe. And then this is why they say don't look down a mortar. If a mortar shell flips, it you hear the pop and then you wait. Cuz if you and it feels like 5 or 6 seconds, which is just enough time for a person's like fireworks, and it's very powerful fireworks. They're not just like Roman candles or bottle rockets. But it is so loud and it's so bright because that thing that's in the air is actually in the ground in front of you. Very dangerous, very stupid, and you ruin the pipe that you used to shoot out of it because it burns so hot. But yeah, I I don't know, and I was a pyro as a kid. Like I hate to admit it, you
I
know.
mean, you were a teenage boy once. Or...
There's a thing called ladyfingers where they're super thin and the wick is very quick. And
Mhm.
it's like
Oh, they're like those firecrackers where they have like eight
yeah.
little things and you pull them apart individually.
I mean, you can,
Yeah.
but these are like tightly packed. So they're extra explosive for what little they are. Jacks, which are kind of if they explode in your hand, it's not the end of the world. It's just not, a good time. You can actually hold a crazy jack or a ground blossom. Do you know they're 3 colors? Okay.
The little
Yeah, yeah,
things.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Those are pretty good. But you can like put it on the edge of a stick and make a little blowtorch. I had teenage kids or preteen kids teach me that stuff while we blew up our very expensive GI Joes and Transformers like idiots. But we wanted to see, we would put booster rockets on it, see them go. Um, yeah, yeah, yeah,
Fireworks were never really like. I mean, I enjoyed them, but
yeah. I enjoy them, but like at the same time, I enjoy shooting stars, and that's I think more amazing and free, and it doesn't really harm anything. There's not a giant mess at the end, you know.
yeah. The fireworks were a little tame this year in my neighborhood. Which I guess is a good thing, and there haven't been as many. What's the word I want to use? I don't know. Well, there haven't been any like before or after, so that's pretty good. I mean, there
Huh?
have, been, but it's like normally it's like I'd still be hearing them
Yeah,
in
yeah, yeah.
right now, but I haven't heard a single one all day.
For us, it actually stopped around 2 a.m., which is or actually yeah, 2 a.m., which is pretty darn good. I would listen to fireworks back in Indiana until like, and sometimes people just ran out of fireworks and just shoot their gun. So it's just like okay, one guy he had a cannon and it would set off car alarms like for like 5 or 6 blocks.
Like a like a cannon.
It when everything goes right, but then when
Hmm.
you meet people that it did not work out for,
Yeah,
yeah, it's horrible.
yeah. I had
Yeah.
a those little sparklers, the little
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
whatever. I had one blow up in my hand like while I was holding on the stick,
Oof.
and that was not fun at all.
No.
Stupid sparkler.
Well,
Like,
that's yeah,
like,
but they can be made wrong. That's the thing about
yeah,
fireworks.
yeah, yeah.
And what are you gonna? Are you gonna go to a place that's like has less time on the market than a Spirit Halloween? No, those fireworks stands pop up and they go down. It's like complaining to the strawberry pickers at the strawberry stand. The best you can do is shut them down for poisoning you. But yeah, it's pretty brutal stuff. Um, But I don't know, like around here, it felt like nobody celebrated last year because of COVID. So this year, it's actually kind of like everything's opening that back up.
Oh, really?
You know, that's what how it felt to me. The whole neighborhood, people were sitting like on my lawn, well, on this property's lawn, but you know what I mean. I was like,
Yeah.
that's fine. Oh, and they closed down our street because someone got those inflatable like slides. There's
Oh,
like a
okay.
whole like street.
Places do that before.
Yeah. So that was cool. Oh, you know how you're telling me that when you ship a lot of cornhole? I think it all goes to this area.
Oh yeah.
So
Like,
much cornhole.
we're uh we were doing like 20 to 30 water, by the way.
Oh, yeah. Stay hydrated. It's important.
Reminded me because my water did the PSI.
Oh, branding. Of course. Yeah. I yeah. All right, I'll talk. I'm like psyched about my trip to North Carolina. So I got
Oh,
myself an Oakley backpack for traveling specifically. So hopefully it's not too big. But 15 hours in the US.
well, you'll have your Switch, so
Yes,
that'll be good.
I can get better at Smash Brothers. I think my big problem with all fighting games is that I don't commit to one type of fighter because
Oh,
because people always figure me out, you know? Like, all right, we know your moves, Paul. It's like, yeah, but you didn't know this is not my main. This is my main. Haha.
yeah. Mortal Kombat's like Scorpion is pretty much all I use.
Oh yeah. I was actually playing 11 before we started stream.
Oh yeah,
Um
I saw that when I just like turned on your Facebook right now.
oh yeah. And then Street Fighter 5, I guess there's two more characters and then it's the end of its life cycle and then 6 is coming out. But yeah.
Street Fighter 5 still going on?
Yeah.
Isn't that game released like 6 years ago?
Uh-huh. Well, that's how Street Fighter is. Third Strike was like 8 years. Almost 10
Yeah.
years of Third Strike, and then Street Fighter 4 definitely was at Evo.
That,
Um
that one didn't have a very long life though.
you don't think? Pretty
3 or
long.
4? No, okay.
No.
Did 4 come out the end of like 360? Well, and then 5 was PlayStation exclusive, right?
Huh?
5 was
No. Oh, I guess it is. Killer Instinct is Xbox exclusive,
yeah, yeah,
and then
free to play. Well,
yeah,
now a lot of games are.
yeah. Virtua Fighter 5 is free to play on PS4. I don't know if it's for Xbox. Um, yeah, I don't know. And Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite is not. It works well, but it's just not fun like uh, 4 was. So, anywho, Bad Batch. Let's talk about the Bad Batch. So what's the quick recap? We got a planet under siege. Not under siege. They're occupied by the Empire, and their ruler, his last name is Singh. I had the thing open and it's gone. It is gone. Do you know his name? Yeah. But he's got to tell his people, like, we got to submit to this power, and they're hanging off of every word he says. Whatever he said, they were like down, and you see him kind of like, no, this is not right, even though he's got guns pointed at him by clone troopers and an Imperial. He also has a robot with him, and he tells his robot, whatever happens next, stay to the plan. Exactly. And he just tells him straight up, we will not yield. This is not right. We will not bend the knee to the Empire. And they arrest him. They don't like shoot him on sight because they still are, they're still, it's still a government.
Yeah, and they're still also interested in like using him to
Yes.
try to convince people.
Right.
Senator Avi Singh.
Yeah.
And when we were kind of like going over it just a few minutes ago, I totally forgot about this. It's a separatist planet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So when that gets brought up to the batch, they're a little hesitant.
I see. Yeah. But the thing is, well, I mean, they're kind of programmed. I just don't know how much programming, or I
Mm.
guess, I mean, they're supposed to recognize who their allies and enemies are, so
Yeah. I
makes
mean,
sense.
they spent all that time, fighting with the separatists,
Yeah.
and to them there was no. I mean, from what we.
Yeah. Yeah, it's sadly echoes all the destabilization that we do as American. Well, it's not only us. There are other, actors. Syrian engagement is so hard. Same with Iran. Like any type of war in that area, it's you don't fight just the country. You fight 5 or 6 other countries, that are invested in it. And then you have to stave off within the government,
Mm.
you know, because when there's a power vacuum, there's always a regime to scoop it right up. And sadly, it's whoever's the strongest, not whoever's like democratically elected, or uh, I don't know what the word is. Just like a good politician,
Mm.
which I know for a lot of people's perspective is an oxymoron, but it is what it is. But yeah,
Certainly, there are some better than others.
yeah, yeah. We just got to make the best of it, you know. With a cat hanging on the tree limb posters, hang in there,
Hang in there.
hang in there, Kit. um, but yeah, the his robot GS8 goes
Okay.
and calls Sid for that favor. That's all part of the plan. Meanwhile, back back at Sid's place, um, Sid's like, "Look, you owe me a lot," and Hunter's like, I'm not doing anything you say." It's like, "You don't have a choice." And then and then he's like, "Fine, let's do it." Omega is like, "Great, let's go on it." And then Hunter's like, "Oh no, 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 you don't. You gotta follow orders. You gotta stay." And
Yeah, like that's kind of every week there seems to be some way that Omega gets to prove that she's part of the group too.
well, or is just like the savior or whatever. But the whole thing is that you can't help, or Hunter can't help but be like a surrogate father or older brother to Omega by virtue of just like age. And that's another thing too. It's like they're not programmed emotions, but at some point that's just like gonna happen, you
Yeah,
know. So I think that's kind of interesting. Um,
they definitely have like a protective protection is like something there is like
yeah,
something they have naturally.
yeah, yeah. Well, and like physically imposing or just competent in battle, it's really hard when someone is completely armored up, or is this of Echo. This feels so mean, but that's how I feel. It's like
Yeah,
I'm just a pair of teeth and a brain. um, more machine. That's mean. But yeah, yeah, yeah. But yeah, definitely, and like, yeah, he almost lost her, and he feels incredibly guilty. And Omega has heightened senses, which means I think all his instincts, the same type of instincts that a lot of us have, like being a parent or protecting young, that is in us. Someone said that humans think babies are cute as an evolutionary protective thing, so that we don't eat our kids like other creatures will eat their children. People joke about this, like, "I just want to eat your little fingers." I'm like, that's creepy. No wonder we have so many like fairy tales where some old woman's trying to eat a child. You know, someone to nibble on your cheeks.
wonder if that's why. Yeah,
I mean, it's not necessarily like we were programmed that way. It's more like the people that ate their babies didn't survive because they
or
ate their
yeah,
progeny.
pass on their genes, or
Yeah.
they did, but hate them.
Yeah, because like we don't give birth to a litter of kids.
Right. Yeah, yeah.
You know, we give well, okay. Look, sometimes you can have octuplets, but that's
Yeah,
not
that's
like normal.
like an in vitro thing. That's when that happens. It's kind of interesting that like you're more likely to.
Zygote. This is
Yeah.
like straight to the center, because the whole thing with sperm is it's not the first one there. The sperm attacks the egg, weakening the protective. One of the guys gets through.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
That's right.
that's just like that football on King of the Hill, where I think it's not Dale. What's the pathetic
You know?
one? Not Boonhauer.
Bill.
Bill. Yeah, Bill Daltrey. He's like Iron Man. He's just pushing the entire squad back. Thanks a lot. I'll get the TD. But yeah, wow. Okay, there we go. But yeah, so that was a weird tangent. Talk about Omega to bring all that about, but small little factoids. So yeah, she's not happy about it. Sid tells her to go get a mop and broom. Let's clean this place up. Oh, and by the way, that's actually the next scene, but they basically go fly over there to the planet. It's a basic extraction mission. Nothing too tough as far as guards and stuff. Like, what's interesting is it's all walkers and ground troops. There's no shuttles, there's no flying surveillance. I guess they don't need it. But that's pretty, and then they're interrogating the chancellor, right? Yeah. And they're using the droid, the interrogation droid, the needle on it.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and that's what they're going to use to manipulate him.
Yeah, that's right.
So
Seen that droid again.
it's just a black ball with a needle on it. But
The,
the thing about it is they never. Oh well, yeah, Princess Leia, she got a load of that.
yeah. You never see what happens, but yeah, you see it coming after.
Yeah. This is this episode strangely was rated G, because the Bad Batch was shooting other clone troopers with the stun gun,
Yeah, I noticed that.
like a lot.
I think that's just because they're clones and they don't want to be lethal with them.
Well, weren't they lethal with other ones though?
That's what I thought. I thought they would use like lethal rounds before.
Yeah.
I remember we commented a lot about like, man, there's like a lot of death in these shows, in these episodes, and like it's.
But the thing is, this one, like, if there's an advantage, maybe the ring is like a spray, like it'll cover more ground, so it'll hit them. I would be like, okay, there's like a point to it. But if it's the same, like it takes the same amount of ammo, if it's just as effective as a blaster bolt, I would just shoot him with the blaster bolt, But like if it is because it's a circle and it spreads, then I think that's fine, because there's this weird corner and the Bad Batch just willy-nilly using the they spoiler and they're just like hiding using that as like a little bit of cover but not really. But yeah, it's just kind of battles happen in it. They meet up with the robot at GS8 rendezvous point, and she basically takes them to the guy.
She's a fan of vases too.
Yeah. Vases. Some ways. Just because of the politicalness of it. I feel like.
Yeah.
I mean, I would like a show that would introduce politics to kids. The problem is politics are so volatile and so like divisive that maybe you should just let your kid cherish the innocence they have by blindly listening to their parents and then getting in horrible discourse when they go to school or talk to an adult,
Saying
with
terrible things as a young adult to people, and
yeah,
then
yeah,
they figure it out.
yeah, and then being confronted later. Yeah, maybe that's the best. Yeah, I don't know.
Thinking
It's
back at all the politics you had as a young kid, thinking, "Oh my God, I can't like that."
yeah, but it can go either way. That's the problem. There's no like, oh yeah, I was horrible before, now I'm good. It's more like I thought this way, but now I think this way, and neither one is that bad. I don't know. It's rough. It's rough out there, kids. Like right now, my only thing is like let's make sure the planet doesn't like burn down, you know.
That's a good one.
Yeah. I think about like all the trash I throw in the ocean and I'm just like, well, if I put it in the recycling bin, they still burn it because we were exporting trash to Asia. So, and they don't want it.
Yep.
So, I mean, you're kind of screwed in that aspect. So just try to reuse stuff. Use stuff 2 or 3 times, you know?
Yeah. Try to buy. You don't dispose of.
You're like, yeah. I've lost probably 3 or 4 because of my job as security guard. We're like, okay, Paul, you need to go here, and they're like, will my water be okay? Yep. I come back, it's gone.
Fun.
Damn it. Damn it, my precious water.
My dad told me this story. They went to a spring training baseball game. My
Mhm.
uncle brought like this brand new cooler. He was so proud of it, right?
I can relate.
Hey, you can't bring that in. You can't bring it in.
Yeah.
Like, you gotta leave it right there. It's gonna be fine. Yeah, I'll be fine. Came out. This brand new cooler's gone.
Of course, every time. Yeah.
So angry. So mad for the rest of the time.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, it sucks. I was at the Coliseum, and some people they're just like, I cannot part with this, or they'll bring like a clear plastic bag because that's the policy, but then
Mhm.
they'll have a bunch of little plastic bags filled with different snacks and chips and stuff, and I'm like, you have to empty out everything, and we have to go through all of it. Yes, your suntan lotion. Yes, your Doritos, Cheetos, Fig Newtons. Why do you have so much with you? And it sucks. This one guy, he's like walks in. I'm like, dude, he has this like box cutter, like this super long like box cutter. I'm like, I can't let you in with that. So he's like, all right. Hmm?
Because like I used to work for like a minor league team years ago, like in 2005,
Mm-hmm.
and like I would take tickets and we'd check bags, and I remember a woman brought in pepper spray.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'll
Yeah.
bring them in, right? And we told her like, you can't bring this in.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm all pissed off. I'm like, sorry.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, and then they get really upset when you're like, you have to take it to the locker. I'm sorry. Like purse sizes, they can only be like this big,
hmm
like clutch purse. So, and then women just get so upset. Like,
Yeah.
sorry, policy's policy. Like, I don't know. I wish we could just go a week without me. Nobody's shooting anyone on the freeway, because that's more of an Arizona thing. That shouldn't be a California thing. Mostly because when traffic into more people. So, Paul is a Debbie Downer every time he opens his mouth. Uh,
It's all good.
no, I keep doing it, man. Everything, anything. Uh,
Dude, where are we?
but
Where were
where were we? But anyways, yeah, they go rescue him. They basically beat up a bunch of troopers. Actually, they're just stunning the living crap out of everybody they see. They do hijack that walker. The walkers are interesting because they can shoot like a volley, and they're not EMP. They also use thermal detonators, but they use like a stun detonator. So I'm this theme of non-lethality.
Yeah, yeah. When they had the droid walking out and they rolled the little thermal detonators underneath her.
Yeah, and they're
Yeah,
just,
yeah.
and then they end up shooting one of their own. They shoot like 2 or 3 walkers all on the same spot, and then they, because they have 6 legs on them. The one that they're riding on, they actually go down this corner, and there is a secret underground like escape spot. Looks like a dead end. Yeah. And Wrecker gets to blow stuff up, and he's happy about it. First thing, he gets to blow a hole through the wall, then he gets to close the hole in the wall. And
that's right.
Yeah. And then it just shows like the Chancellor just being like, I don't know, should I leave? It's like, live to fight another day. And then they get on the ship and they fight another day. Good voice actor, by the way. The guy that plays Sing.
Yeah.
So
That's pretty good.
I really appreciate it.
Remember, he had cool facial hair too.
Yeah. He had the hunter, big game hunter's mask.
Thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Pretty cool.
Um,
I saw when they like took out the walker that the Bad Batch was in, and they're like, "We got to fix it." I was like, "Why don't you just go steal a different one?"
I mean, with as easy as they make things look, you're right. But I think the reality is, it's like, nah, we're kind of committed with this one. It's at the lead. It'd be a pain to try to get that one, and it's good that they didn't, because they shot on that one right in the cockpit area and blew that to smithereens. I'm sure with the other troops inside of it, because clones are disposable. If anything, killing your own clones helps Tarkin with his whole conversion, you know?
Yeah.
So it'd be like if a company merged and went to go fire people, but they just quit anyway, and they're just like, oh no, you quit. Oh man. Ooh, nuts.
You don't have to pay you severance.
Or unemployment. So, rats. And that's kind of like how this is going, except darker, deadlier, and, you know, whatevs. Meanwhile, with Sid, Omega is really good at that weird chess game with the little dinosaur things. And Sid's like, how did you know how to do that? It's simple strategy. Wow, kid, could you do it a bunch of other times?
Yeah, and for money.
Yeah, for some money.
Interesting that game, whenever you see it, it's like in a hollow form, but they gotta have like a physical version of that game too, right? For like, because like, you know, like there's a lot of people play chess, and some people have like really fancy chess games set up, and then some people have cardboard and plastic.
And some people go chess, which came out in '94. The kid across the street, I would watch him play it, and it was really weird.
Because it's like a computer game?
Yeah, it's a computer game. Yeah. There's that. We have robots now. So, yeah, we could totally do that. Like, it doesn't have to be like a $1 billion robot. It could be like a plastic, you know, just moving robot. This one felt like Pokemon more than chess, because it didn't seem to matter where it moved. It seemed to matter what attacks it had, and
and like some like dodge too.
Yeah. I feel
I'm trying to like figure out, like I'm trying to look at the gameplay and like figure out the mechanics, you know, like how does this work? Maybe like you do an attack and then you put like a defense move, what you think they're gonna do, and like counter it.
Well, yeah, it could be you have 3 moves per creature, and you can choose attack, defense, or dodge for each one, and it's just like a sequence to see which rock, paper, scissors you hit, you know. And I think that's and target too, that move on to predict your opponent.
I think they do. I think they sell like a physical version of that game at
they have to
Galaxy's Edge.
Yeah,
I think they do.
Yeah, you know what they should have made it for? They should have made it for the 3DS, because it's in 3D hologram.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Just sitting on your hands, not making that game. You would be printing.
Run Lucasfilm Games is what you should.
Oh yeah, Industry of Light. No, LucasArts.
Magic, what is it?
Yeah, I don't know. That's actually the production company.
Yeah.
Skywalker Ranch, etc., etc. By the way, Omega knows how to haggle. She's like 50%. Not bad, kid. Not bad.
He understands leverage.
Yeah, yeah. Because what did she say? She's like 80% or
She said,
60.
"I'll give you 30%." She's like,
Yeah,
"How about 60?"
yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, kid. Yeah, because like, what is she gonna do? Not have Omega play? And then it turns into like a really fun, like everyone's crowded around and in Sid's place, and Hunter gets back, and he's kind of like still kind of pouty and being all stuff, and then he gets mean mugged by Wrecker. Oh, what? You're supposed to keep a low profile. Um. Oh, there it is. Check it out right now.
12-inch scale expansion.
There's a Han Solo card game. Okay. It. How do you play it though?
No, that's about.
But do you?
Why are they canceling Sabak? Why are they calling Han Solo's card game?
Oh, that's so bullshit. What? Because people.
Culture, man.
Yeah, man. But people wouldn't know what you're talking about, actually. Some hardcore nerds, Want to learn how to speak bocce? At Tashi Station?
They know Boba Fett.
Yeah. But basically, after Hunter makes a big stink about keeping a low profile, he realizes that Omega just paid off their debt entirely.
Yeah.
And he sits her down and he's like, all right, how about this? I'll play you and you get to go back on missions.
You'll let me know that you're part of the group too.
Yeah. And it ends and it's okay. It's not offensive.
Not exactly pointless either. I mean,
yeah.
We know now Omega is, pretty good with like battle strategy.
Yeah.
Might be getting us ready, prepared to see that she's like gonna be like a military leader type of thing.
Yep. Also, too, the Bad Batch really can't be ignored by the Empire, because before they were like, it's the Kaminoans doing the whole. They're both telling them to protect Omega, but then there's another one that wanted a bounty on Omega. And that interfered with Crosshair, but now, I don't know where Cad Bane is. I don't know. I don't think he's coming after them. And if he does,
Yeah, there's no reason. It would be personal if he did.
Yeah, and I don't think he's a personal guy. That's not where the credits are. The credits are falling into an endless cloud because they don't fasten their suitcases.
I don't feel like he would. Although I don't really remember what he was like in Rebels. Oh, it's been a while since I've seen him in either of those shows, Rebels or Clone Wars.
Yeah, I would just chalk it up to every stereotype of a Western, Western stereotype.
Yeah.
Just any cowboy, pick one.
He's on to bigger and better things.
Yeah, except for 3:10 to Yuma. Christian Bale was such a wuss in that, and I was not expecting that.
That movie's so good.
No, it's good. I'm just saying Christian Bale was like, it was just not what I was expecting. I was like, oh, he's a coward. Cool. Because he's Batman.
Oh, yeah.
So.
Hey, he's a good actor. I don't know if you noticed.
I think he's okay. My issue with him is he just has mannerisms he can't help. Like his range, his voice range. But as far as emotions go, yeah, he has pretty good wide array of emotions. Leo does not. I feel like Leo has like yelling, very desperation, and being high.
Yeah.
But he's not funny.
Oh, Revenant.
Yeah. Yeah, he's all about try hard or being in pain. Like, I mean, yeah, a lot of actors can do that. I mean, some can't, but
he's definitely a character actor, which I'd never really thought of, but yes, exactly what he is.
Yeah. Like with Samuel Jackson, people are like, all he does is yell. I mean, well, that's all we love what he does, but he does. He's actually. Oh, yell and say the MF and say the F word. A lot of
Well,
people like directors like it when he does that, but I think he's got.
really do that at all in Star Wars.
I wouldn't consider Star Wars his greatest,
Isn't it?
performance. I think he did the best he could. Like that's what I say about everybody in the prequels is like they did the best they could with what they were directed with.
He does that smiling, yelling stuff a lot, where
Yeah,
he's like, "Yeah,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
oh, I'm sorry."
Yeah. Die Hard 3, Die Hard with a Vengeance. So good in that.
Yeah,
I didn't say hey Zeus. I said hey Zeus, as in Zeus, god of thunder, lightning bolt. So good. Um, yeah, that was why it was so funny with I don't know if it was Chappelle Show or I think it was Chappelle's show. Used to say Mogungun's gonna die. Yeah, they're gonna die, and I hope they burn in hell. Uh, um, and even though he can be like a sweaty, like dad, kind of upset or just like pacing, he can be a crotchety old comic book collector.
yeah.
I think it works. But I need to bring up, speaking of just other properties, is oh shoot, it closed. Is we need to talk about. There it is. Is it up? Okay, well it'll be up in a second, I think. Visions, Star Wars Visions. They did like a
Oh.
little, you know, what's
Yeah,
yeah, BTS introduction.
I've not watched the little thing yet because it dropped when I was in Josh Tree.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah,
Um, it has definitely like several different aesthetics, and I'm a huge fan of the animatrix, the Halo animation. I don't remember what it was called. It was really interesting for canon, but what they did was pretty good. I thought,
the Halo for Halo.
yeah. Do you
They had
remember it?
there was something called Forward Unto Dawn, but I think that might have been the live back.
No, that's the live action one. The Halo one, they had like a mecha suit where he like puts it on. They have one where it's just like, because I guess Master Chief, some of them are female, and they're like really large people.
Some of the Spartans.
The Spartans, yeah, and they show like Spartans dying and stuff, but they have like a samurai one where it's an elite versus Master Chief, but with the Covenant blades.
So they had this is like an anthology thing.
Yeah.
For Halo.
Yeah, they also did a Batman anthology type thing too,
Hmm.
where it was like very anime inspired. I've liked all of them, and so like for them to bring all these different artists and studios, which I recognize. I don't know what your relationship with anime is, but I think visually it's superior for a lot of people when it comes to like how they feel about cartoons and going from Western to Eastern.
Yeah, been a huge fan of it. The only one that I ever like actually watched with
Uh,
okay, I saw a little bit like I saw a couple episodes here and there,
mm-hmm.
and that's it.
Oh, okay.
Like that's everything. That's 100% of my my experience with anime. So
Sure.
this is gonna be like the most committed I've been. Like generally my go-to. And
Yeah, yeah. Well, I guess for me, the thing about anime is as a kid it's like Dragon Ball Z, lots of robots, lots of fighting, and a lot of our western 80s animation was Japanese studios doing the intros. So like the Thundercats intro, that's all Japanese studios. Transformers obviously. X-Men had a anime opening or credits and it just to me it always looked better because there's just more money put into it. Um, and then later in life, I was like, I'll watch the stuff that has nothing to do with action. And it was like slice of life, but there's also like sports anime, like The Prince of Tennis. Like there's a basketball anime, and they legit talk about the actual. Um, one of the older ones is a boxing anime,
Oh,
Hajima Ippo. I think that's what it's called, and basics, and then like it's more thoughtful than Western people are willing to invest in their, the majority
yeah.
of their stuff. This is gonna be. I think it'll be fine. I don't know. I don't know. I'm just
Yeah,
glad it's different.
I don't know what it was. I guess that's never really grabbed me with
Mm-hmm.
anime. I mean a lot of it is like I guess like
Is though it's anime is just as broad as television in that every
yeah.
studio has a different budget. Some of
Hmm.
them cheap out like there are cheaper seasons of Yu-Gi-Oh than others. And then some like Ninja Scroll, you're like, oh, this is like cinematic art, and they're not sparing any, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. And you know, budget isn't everything. So
Sure.
you can have low budget films, whatever it is,
Yeah,
films,
yeah,
books, whatever, and it
yeah.
can be excellent and amazing.
Uh huh.
So yeah, it is just kind of my I don't know, personal way into it. You know,
No, it's look, man.
there's a lot of great stuff, and I'm excited to see this. So.
Yeah, yeah. I think another thing is music. There's in Japan, it just seems like there's like a symphonic orchestra ready to go, for every anime, any anime, or a punk band for the intro, or rappers or whatever.
Like
And I'm
the
always just like,
Smash Brothers theme song.
the
When you
what?
turn when you turn on Smash Brothers Ultimate,
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
that's very reminds me of anime. That
yeah.
song.
And video games get their own anime all the time. Very good. Sometimes they're CG. Like Final Fantasy got a CG movie. Two of them. One is more based on the video game. The other one is like its own thing. Uh, and then some of them, like Devil May Cry, are super weird, and it's just a guy eating a strawberry sundae with a little girl. I don't know what that has to do with stabbing demons, but
So
um,
Star Wars Visions is 9 episodes, right? And each one is like a
different.
different interpretation from a different studio.
Yeah, and there's a lot of cutesy ones, like very chibi, like fun, and it's distinctly though through the lens it's still Japan. Like there's going to be a
Yeah,
lot of
they're Japanese studios, right?
yeah,
That do
yeah,
this.
yeah. Because whenever they do an American, not all every time, but a lot of times, it is just like so strange. It's like, hello, howdy, partner. You ready for disco? Let's go, buddy. Like in the 80s and 90s. Just super silly. How about a hot dog? Okay. But I don't know. It's different now. So,
Yeah.
yeah. But
Uh,
I'm hyped.
is this gonna span across all the eras, or
Honestly, I don't know if it'll have anything to do with uh
well, I mean, I'm assuming we're gonna get some stories from prequel era, some from original trilogy era, some from sequel era.
yeah, I mean, it's weird cuz like it's still Japanese. Like you know how the Jedi in Star Wars it's like vaguely samurai because of the way they're using Bushido as the standard
Yep.
original trilogy, and then they use tennis as the prequels style. Uh, that's what Obi-Wan Kenobi said. Uh, yeah,
Ewan McGregor.
yeah. Ewan McGregor is like, yeah, we used chopping and tennis to inspire a lightsaber. Yeah, I was just like, okay, I can tell.
Cool. I'm looking at the episode names here.
Yeah.
Here are the names of all 9 episodes and corresponding studios. Kam- Kamikaze Duga,
Okay.
the Duel,
Yeah.
Geno Studio doing Lop and Ocho, Studio Colorido doing Tatooine Rhapsody. That sounds interesting.
Yeah.
Tatooine Rhapsody. They're going back to Tatooine. Everything goes to Tatooine.
Mm-hmm. It's
Trigger, the twins, and the Elder. Well, they're doing two.
okay.
Twin, Kinema Citrus, the Village Bride. Science Sari's doing, or Saru is doing two. I don't know, no idea if I'm pronouncing these properly.
It's
Science
fine.
Saru is Akakari and T0B1. And Production IG, The Ninth Jedi.
Ooh, yeah. So production IG is like the action oriented like anime.
Uh,
So your complaints about like people like a still frame just moving its mouth, it's like not that at all.
okay, cool.
Every blade of grass, every rope thread. No, they're pretty good.
Well, that's me as a kid. My tastes have changed a lot.
I mean, that's what you observed. I'm not. Yeah, like I'm probably a little more seasoned than the average American, but I'm definitely less seasoned than the average anime person.
Gotcha.
So that's how I feel about Star Wars, because I watch a lot of videos on the Keeg. Was it the Keeg back? Darth Chacos asked everybody if the Mandalorian was overrated or underrated.
Oh, interesting. What did he say?
Well, a lot of the guests said underrated, and then he said overrated.
Yeah, I agree with him.
But for me, it's like I still believe that it's one of the more unifying, least divisive franchises or whatever. Yeah, series of the franchise. And I think people who like the other stuff more that are less popular either have a very high grasp on both lore and the technicals, or they don't. About the nitpicky stuff that I would care about, because I have a lot of questions.
Oh, it's interesting. He feels like, yeah, because it's not that I don't like it. I love it. Don't get me wrong. I love the show, The Mandalorian.
Yeah, but you said you don't love it more than
I don't love it more than Last Jedi or even The Force Awakens.
Yeah.
Probably everything else Disney's done, I like it more than. But
yeah,
it's not the thing that Disney's doing that's right.
Well,
I don't know. I don't think it's the greatest thing they've done.
Well, what's interesting for me is, I think that it's really good at world building, like kind of fleshing out, like when Mayfield goes to that planet and you see all the Imperials cheering. We have never seen a human moment from the Imperials in the Disney Star Wars. Either everyone's yelling and evil, or they're just not a stormtrooper anymore and they're defecting. But if you wear that helmet, stormtrooper, and like, I know that's just such a small scene, but they do. And then the music is really good as far as like amping you up and stuff. I think one of the criticisms was Din Djarin. Is it Din Djarin? There.
Yeah, like dinner.
Dinner Djarin. Got it.
Din Djarin.
I thought it was Din Djarin.
If you're gonna put dinner in a jar, you are Din Djarin.
Okay. Well, anyways, I think he said that he didn't really develop as a character as far as like speaking. Like, it was more about Baby Yoda, Grogu at the time was like kind of the big main focus, and that's what people like flock to. I am paraphrasing, so you. But
busy and didn't be able.
No. You don't have to have.
No,
Hey, look! What the hell? Dude, I don't watch a lot of the IG stuff because like I'm eating or whatever. Like, it's not.
I have to. I'm interested to hear what he had to say.
Yeah, because like personally, I just think that I've been so disappointed by a lot of other stuff, and there's a certain sensation where, as a fan, I go, "This is Star Wars. This is not Star Wars." So for me, when I talk about what should aliens be like, an alien cannot be 100% cute. You cannot have a big, like, if Snuffleupagus was like, "Hey, I'm a big alien on Star Wars. You can call me a Snook Snock." I'm sorry, you're not Star Wars. But if you're a buck-toothed Ewok with weird black soulless eyes, but you're furry and short and you still kill people, you have that ratio of 30/70 cuteness to deadly factor that I can. You're Star Wars to me.
Yeah.
Um, and every animal in, uh, well, every like large creature in the Mandalorian just hates people. Like it's just like the crate dragon's just like, I'm gonna eat. I'm just gonna be an asshole. I'm gonna kill everything.
Yeah.
You know.
The snow spider things too.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And the starship battles, they're okay. I mean, there are definitely like those ham-fisted moments, like I can bring you in warm, I can bring you in cold, and then Mondo is like, "That's my line." Sure, fan service lines.
It's The Mandalorian is really good because it's I mean, it definitely takes some plays out of like spaghetti westerns, right? And
Yeah,
none of this profound. Obviously, people have said this before,
yeah,
but it's like for the main character. But it's kind of about how the world around him reacts to him, because that's kind of what like
yeah,
Man with the No Name and like all that stuff. You don't really get much development out of the
yeah, yeah.
protagonist in those movies.
I'm probably really bunking up Dark Chaco's take.
Oh no, yeah,
So,
yeah.
but yeah, because like I like when I say paraphrase, I'm like I probably am not remembering it like verbatim, but yeah, that's what I remember, kind of the sentiment. But he definitely overrated, and I know you're on the overrated train.
Yeah, I am too. Not bad, but yeah,
Overrated.
overrated.
See, the thing is, they didn't have any Grogu merch, and people were frothing at the mouth for
Yes.
Grogu merch. So there's a part of me that's like, was Disney kind of like just, well, we don't even know how good it's gonna be, you know, because the fans have been so negative towards everything we've put out thus far.
Yeah, I mean that wasn't.
Cinematically.
I mean they gave an official reason why there was no Grogu merch, but
Oh, because they have to call it the child. I mean, so when I said, is it cute? Belong in Star Wars? Okay, so Grogu was 100% cute. I cannot deny that. However, Grogu eats like people's eggs, the last of her kind. And I know that pissed a lot of people off, but you know what? I'm down for it. That's just what, like, it's a kid. He doesn't know better, but people are literally upset, really upset about it. Kind of deadly. He chokes Gina Carano,
yeah.
you know? That's a dangerous baby. That does not sound like 100%, together when, what's his name? Moff Gideon has him.
Yeah, Moff Gideon. And yeah, he was in the cell.
Yeah. So I'm digging this. Like, I really am digging Grogu. How could I not? I know some people, they really enjoy the scene where the scout troopers punching the bag.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
He gets all angry about it. Yeah, I think I got angry. It was yelling out stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. The blaster's not hitting the tin can. It's just such a good scene, and it's not too much. Like, I don't know. Like, when someone says, if I have to choose between underrated and overrated, like, I mean, for me, it's kind of just great. I love it. I can't call it overrated. It really hit everything I needed it to, and it didn't hurt my experience as a fan of the other stuff.
Yeah.
As far as continuity goes.
Yeah, like I said, I absolutely enjoy it. That you brought up the tin cans and everything. That was Taika Waititi's episode, right?
And then the guy from The Office and The Hangover.
Jason Sudeikis.
Yeah, I think Jason Sudeikis was the other guy.
But that was Taika Waititi's episode.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So he does. Yeah, I'm looking forward to his movie. I can't wait to get details about that.
Yeah, it's gonna be dope. I mean, it's interesting that people are very against like Star Wars not being Star Wars, because like I kind of felt that way when the prequels came out, because I'm like, okay, so here's things I was like, concessions I was making in my brain. I was like, okay, this is the Republic, It's not the Old Republic. It's just like whatever, but pre-Empire. So stuff isn't going to be as used future as I'm used to. Things are going to be shiny. You know, things are going to be more, I don't know, like we have a princess again, but like in a more active, stable kingdom. It's not just a captive. So let's watch Natalie Portman put on all these different dresses. Okay. And this is a whole world. Got an open mind. Going to be some aliens. Was what it was. But it was not good for me as a conclusion.
Yeah, I didn't really think too much of it. I thought it was like it was growing out of it as opposed to they weren't good,
Yeah.
sort of thing. But now looking back on it, like, no, it's just they weren't very good.
Yeah. And there's a lot of great ideas, a lot of great set pieces.
Yeah,
But as an adult, there's, I don't know, or not an adult, as a fan of film, I'm not a film student. I'm not going to be like one of those snobs, but I do appreciate good action. And then, like, if you're going to have a scene where a bunch of Jedi are infiltrating a Coliseum, I don't know. There needs to be more of a impact of loss of life. You know, the Jedi were like, I think 2000 went into that Genoshan Coliseum. Only like 400 or 800 came back. And I don't know. It's just whatever. I keep being negative on those, but the thing is the Clone Wars did make up for it. Rebels came out of it even better. I don't know. How do you feel? Clone Wars or Rebels?
Rebels.
Okay.
I'm not even hesitating. I
Yeah.
like Rebels.
Yeah.
I think Clone Wars does deal with a little more like complex topics, I guess. Rebels a little more. Rebels a little more like younger audience, I think. So I get that, but just like the tone, the aesthetic,
Yeah. Rebels is kind of its own thing too.
I like it more because I mean I just think well Rebels is like the original trilogy cartoon,
Sure. Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Wars is the prequel cartoon, Resistance is the sequel cartoon. So the Rebels kind of maybe it's just like nostalgic, I guess. Maybe that could be part of it, but I like it better.
Yeah.
I feel like it really captures what I feel Star Wars is better than any of the others.
Yeah. I like Anakin and Ahsoka. For some reason, I don't know. I don't think people talk about her, so I can't even say that there's a false equivalency between Rey and her. But if a random assassin is just really good at their job, you just go, "Oh, they're really good." But if Rey is really good and is shown that she like gets parts from a walker or no, Star Destroyer. So suffice to say, and she's educated, you know? So yeah, she should be able to be. It's not she should. It's just, of course, she might be familiar with flying the Millennium Falcon. So, no, man, she's just good at everything. So she can't be good at it because that's how powers work. You're only good if your parents were good. Sorry.
I don't know. I have no comment.
Yeah, I've been talking a lot. I just went in like 5 different rants.
Yeah.
Okay, what's the next thing then after Star Wars Visions? What would really be like? Okay, what next thing could Star Wars
is coming after Visions, right?
Yeah.
So
it's gonna change the canon.
What is happening? I don't mean. I guess I'd kind of like to know what some of the plot details are on that, but is he going back like Dimitri thinks?
Because debt's paid.
Debt's paid, sort of thing. Yeah.
I don't know.
Interesting. I mean, maybe him going after Bib Fortuna is like a tease that is like he's out for revenge, you know. But I mean, we'll see. We're gonna get more Fennec Shan. That'll be cool.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know where they're gonna go because like I love action, but I don't want it every episode. I don't think like as far as love interests go, I don't think that's gonna be very romantic. Boba
Fennec
Fett's.
and Boba Fett.
No, or just in general, like what romance is good they're gonna be. I don't think that's gonna be a thing. I kind of hated in the expanded edition. Is that what it's called? No, the special edition when Boba Fett is flirting with
Oh yeah.
the aliens in Jabba's palace. Like, so what? So he's just okay. He gets it in, everybody. It's just, George Lucas is like, Boba Fett ain't no pansy. He gets it done. He lays that pipe. You know. So dumb.
Yeah. I mean, we haven't really seen any clones. Because he is a clone.
He's the only untouched, complete, identical copy.
Yes. Yeah. I guess Omega's not really a identical copy.
No, Omega is, well,
yeah. He is Generation 1, no advanced aging.
Yeah. That's weird.
Yeah, it's very interesting.
Because she was raised by the Kaminoans.
So that means she's older than Bad Batch.
Yep.
Huh. Didn't really put that together.
Yeah.
Because none of them were first Generation 1, right?
No. They're Squad 99, named after the first defect.
Yeah. So if they are they're younger than her and they've learned all that stuff, so they have like advanced learning too. Interesting.
Yeah, they were bred and trained, and yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just an interesting thing about that. That really put together.
Yeah, I've been thinking about like quarantine and then all the skills I've attained from quarantine. Sadly, I have forgotten all my chords. I think you tried to teach me power chords. Yeah, just because like I don't know, I haven't been making time for it. And then just recently though too. But like how if you go into stasis, what skill would you like to be trained while you're in stasis? Say you only get like 5. So what would you pick? Things that you've wanted to learn, not things you already have.
I want to be good at chess.
Okay, that's doable.
I guess piano. Playing piano would be good.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, I'd like to know how to hit a baseball very far.
Man, if you had a batting cage and COVID left it open, like readily available, I mean, that could have. Because like I'm thinking of like the only thing is something you could work on during COVID as part of your like self improvement. Not that you have to. You're not obligated to.
This isn't like unrealistic. I could get whatever skill I want. This is something more realistic.
Like, yeah, like during the pandemic, what skills would you have liked to attain? You know, because you were working the whole pandemic. It's way different for you. Yeah. So I'm just wondering if you were in my situation where.
Yeah, I switched jobs, but there was no gap. So yeah.
Yeah. No, you're and you had school.
Yeah, I did.
So technically, you were working on a skill. Well, I mean, your job is a skill as well.
So yeah, I guess. Well, so the first two, playing chess, playing piano, would be something.
Yeah.
Was the baseball thing? I mean, that would be cool, but I don't think I would spend my time working on it. So singing, learning how to sing would be one. And if you're saying new skills, not like further developing.
Well, if there's another level to the skill that you have, then obviously I think, you know, or maybe a different genre of the same skill. So like I know do I know swords a little bit, like not Bushido, Kendo. And then if I were to pick up fencing, you know, or you know, I did play drums in band, but I am not good at the drums. And I really would like to actually, so that I don't bug anyone while I'm pounding away, you know.
Oh.
It's tough.
Mixing recordings would be another one. See what that for.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
And then I guess this is video editing.
Yep.
Editing skills. There you go. They're my
Yeah.
five.
Wow. It's good. Let's see. For me, mechanic. I think there's always something I could do to fix my car. Not actually, the Prius is pretty good. It's been pretty good to me. I've driven her really rough. It's a very tight like engine, you
Yeah,
know,
the battery might
real
crap
well.
out on you before you ever have any serious mechanical issues with that thing.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And I've seen that you can purchase other cells because not all the cells go out, and you can
Oh,
like plug them together. Though, that again that might void certain things, but it can be done. I've seen it online. Who knows? Um, let's see. Well, I mean, I've been developing my endurance, my running, but I feel like I could do like diets for different types of training. I would work on that, especially with my specific issues with. I'm assuming pre-diabetes, because like I've always done. Hey, let's go weight training, but no cardio, or I'll do legs day, but that's my cardio. And now it's like let's try just running and no weight training and see what happens. I don't know. Get back into Brazilian jiu-jitsu. That's not social distancing at all.
no, no, no.
It
The,
does make you more
I was looking
comfortable.
at that. It's it's tough. But it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, yeah. It's
I
fun.
enjoyed it. Did it.
It's fun when your partners are safe. And it's
Mhm.
fun when everyone is good that you can learn.
Right.
Cuz you could have
Nobody's
a
got anything to prove.
right, right, right. Of course. I think that's why it's like when you have good dojo and not Cobra Kai dojo, like the bad Cobra Kai. Uh when you're in an environment like that and no one's a bully, you're not getting farted on and you're learning, but there are times where it's like, okay, I'm way old, you're way young, you're way stronger than me, you have endurance, but this is actually meaningful. Whereas like some contact sports kind of like
Oh yeah,
I'm limping, or please don't make me do a revenge. They're called receipts in wrestling, but like please don't make me retaliate cuz you're being a dick. Put my thumb in your belly button or like, kick your liver. That's not good. Um yeah, I don't know. That's two things. Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, mechanic. Uh Obviously anything with production, sound, recording, and because like that would help the key, but it also helps me. I legit enjoy doing it. It's really fun. I think mixing was really interesting when we collabed because
yeah.
I honestly I was like, how am I going to match the tempo, the drum tempo with this? And I figured it out somehow. I don't have like a metronome reader, so I got it to like 126 beats per minute, and then it like synced, and I'm like, thank goodness I have a shred of rhythm. Let's see, promotion. That's a skill that's some people are really good at, and they're so good at it that they don't need talent, just promotion, and they still, they can just show up and be normal. You know,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's a knowing how to catch somebody's interest is a lot of it.
Yeah, there's catching interest. There's actually believing in your product, in your
Mm.
business, or whatever it is, and then negotiating too. I actually got a book on negotiation and how like no doesn't mean never. It just means this isn't the right size. Let's try something else. And that's a really good way to look at, rejection. It's like it's not rejection at all, you know. Just just don't be knowing about it. Window's still open. You got time. Um, yeah, and I know that like Instagram, all the social medias are the way to do like promotion, but ugh, I just It's like something I know I need to do if I want to be an entertainer, but I also hate it. Like I straight up be like, "Look at me. I'm so attractive. Do you fear of missing out on me being me?" Uh,
And like advertising, getting shows and like
yeah.
trying to get people to go to the shows in the band is like it's so hard to do.
Yeah.
Especially when like, you play music that nobody likes, genre that like people just
Yeah,
don't like.
yeah. Yeah. A genre that people don't like.
Yeah.
Yeah, but see, I envy that. So like my big thing is if I'm making people laugh, I might pander to their sensibilities and now I'm making art that I don't like that people like cuz I want
Yeah.
them to laugh. And it's like
Yeah.
uh yeah.
Who was it? I was watching like this thing on YouTube. It was like a round table discussion. Like Quentin Tarantino was there, Ridley Scott was there. It was like something for the like Hollywood Reporter. I forget which
Uh-huh.
director did it, but like Ridley Scott's like said, I only make movies for myself. Blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Quentin Tarantino not exactly like I think, but one other guy, I forget who it was. He was like, I make movies for other people
Yeah.
because if I was the last person on Earth, I'm not gonna make movies. so,
Right. That's a
so
good point.
he's like, I do make it for other people, and I want people to getting people to like it,
Yeah.
or doing it for people who like it, type of thing.
Yeah. It's also a testament to your like adaptability and your talent to, collaborate.
Yeah,
Cuz I think yeah, there's tons of musical geniuses that are complete assholes that make like kind of either high concept music that it's not for anybody but themselves. I think isn't Bjorn like that? Or Bjork? Sorry.
Bjork. Oh, maybe I don't know. I don't really know her stuff.
Oh, okay. I'm sure there's like an artist out there that sounds like dolphins, ghost dolphins screaming for pie. I know you have a heart out. I saw the message. This
I
6 No, no, like let me know. Cuz this isn't like official. We're off the whole entire Star Wars thing. Now we're just talking about like stuff.
let me finish.
Um
What?
okay. Cuz like all the stuff I could have been doing like learning Photoshop or um you know editing cuz I do have an editing tool. I was alone. Like every idea I had, I was like, I need a camera crew or I need an event that like because I was recording nothing. I was like either walking or trying to vlog, but I had nothing to talk about. The only time I had something to talk about is if a McDonald's item came out and I would like review it real quick or a food item.
Well, yeah. There's no movies coming out, no TV, but like everything got delayed and canceled, and it's like,
Yeah. But I just meant like the whole vlogging and then editing something to vlog. Some people they could do a their themselves as like a sketch, like doing that, and I would just get like mad writer's block. And I know that's what TikTok is though, is like
it's hard to be creative. Yeah, you see like
Caleb
there are
City.
TikTokers I've seen they've done like they're like 6 different characters by themselves. There's
Yeah.
that one dude. He's like very monotoned.
Uh-huh.
I forget his name, but he shows stuff like super like simple mundane things, and
Uh-huh.
he's so monotoned and like whatever, but
Yeah, yeah.
still catches your interest somehow.
Yeah, yeah. Pro ZD, he's a voice actor and sometimes he'll just be like the bad guy, that da 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 da, and they'll put a monocle on. Yes, I have you now, Mr. Bond. He'll do like a short thing, and it's really well done. It's like 13 seconds, and he posts it, and they're really good. Or sometimes he'll taste every flavor of Pringles chips, and I enjoy those just as much. Um, yeah. I mean, obviously, being in shape, I feel like, right? Everybody wants to be in shape. Okay, how about this? What if you could have had my situation where you could afford certain things? Like, what would you have done if you didn't have to work during quarantine?
I guess I would have gone to national parks.
Yeah,
moving across the country type of thing.
Yeah. If I had car insurance, I would have done that a lot more
Yeah,
at the
like
time.
I've never been to Florida.
Uh-huh.
If I just had time and didn't have to worry about like money, I'd drive to Florida.
Well, and you didn't have to worry about like COVID.
Well, yeah,
Yes.
yeah. I guess I mean like doing safe things, sort of like,
Yeah, yeah.
or well, different example, like never been to Olympic National Park in Washington. Maybe
Yeah,
I'll go
yeah.
there.
Yeah.
Type of thing. I did go to some national parks. I went
Mm-hmm.
to Joshua Tree during quarantine. Yeah, went there.
Uh, Thousand Steps. I keep hearing good things about that. Like, there's a lot of trails and hikes I definitely want to go on,
No.
but I haven't.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dating. I should have dated. Damn it. Why did I work on that? Being a pickup artist. Smashing all the puss. All right.
Oh yeah, you could have been like Style, right?
Huh?
You could have been like Style. Wasn't that his name? Neil something. The guy who wrote the game.
Oh. I
They all picked nicknames. His was Style.
I don't remember the game.
Yeah.
Was that a pickup artist book?
It was so like this guy who's a writer, he like wanted to write about pickup artists and he like infiltrated their community or whatever and he became like a big one himself. His
Okay.
style because he wore like flashy clothes. It was an interesting book.
Oh, okay, okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm not gonna all the personal stuff, but
Sure.
when I was younger, I was like, I have no idea what I'm doing, sort of thing. And somebody said, "Hey, read this book." So I read it, and I was like, "Yeah, cool." Yeah, so that was the guy. His name was Neil something. I forget his last name, but his nickname was Style, and there was like a magician too.
Okay, so when people are like, "Oh yeah, pickup artists," and it's like, well, you could do the games and tricks and flirtations, but for
Yeah,
me, what if you like actually want to date someone for a little longer? Have Don't be a creep.
that's a big one. I
That's
had
a
to learn.
huge one. Yeah, like creep means everything, like making everything sexual and innuendos and stuff. If anything, if you come at them neutral with no like desire or intention, but kind of just throwing it out there, you can get further along in a conversation to really feel whether or not they're feeling it.
Yeah,
You know, and I've always like, wow, this is way more effective than when I was desperate, professing my love for people randomly.
yeah,
No. And then I think knowing what you want is something women say and something I have to fear. Oh, yeah, just going along with it. Don't have, okay, I'll date her for about a month, then I'm gonna go steady, and then I'm gonna, it's like, no, you can't plan it out, you know. It just, when you guys got time, you know.
it's like a lot of people say be yourself type of thing, or they'll say like just be nice, whatever,
Oh, you mean make friends?
kind
Yeah. Friends that you don't have sex with? Yeah,
of somewhere in between. Like
yeah.
you should be yourself. You should be authentic, but like, you know, if yourself is needy, annoying, clingy, desperate, and everything, then you don't want to be those things.
Yeah, so I had a thought about like how I was in high school and how often I got rejected, and I go, I'm so glad nobody rewarded me for being so terrible at like trying to court and date. I'm like, that's because then I really appreciated it when I felt like something with someone else, you know?
Yeah.
You know? And then also too, I reflect on like the people that I rejected. I was like, I could have been nicer to that person or gave them a chance, or but like I have a lot of hangups. So my point is Anakin should have never gotten with Padme. And I think cuz Padme, come on.
That's just yeah. I mean, that's just a bad example of like what would never work. That is not natural. That is why it's so not good. Is because that's not how people act.
Overrated or underrated? Underrated. No, overrated. Actually, you can't tell.
I think it's rated perfectly fine.
It's-
With the exception of Revenge of the Sith, which is very overrated. Yeah, I think
yeah.
they're spot on.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's weird. People always talk about how much better Revenge of the Sith is,
it
but
is better.
it's not good, but it is better. Just like the Snyder cut. It's
It
better,
was
it's
like
not good.
Curb Your Enthusiasm. Whenever they'd say like, I forget the details, but I just remember Larry David going, somebody telling like, "Is this better?" He's like, "It's better. It's really nice." Like, oh, better, better.
Well, it's better, but better. I just remember I don't even know what episode it was, but he's like pretty pretty
All of
pretty.
them.
Oh man.
Did it all.
I love Larry David. He's great. All right. Like you said, you did need to get out
Yep.
at 10, so I don't want to
Good.
keep you.
No,
Thanks
no,
for
right.
thanks for
problem.
watching, everybody. This has been Bad Batch episode 10. We talked about everything and a little bit extra. So
Some love advice.